Nightmares in my head, I fear. Let the thoughts build up until I can't hear.
Good morning, fam. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's doing well. So today is the day. Last night I just came back from a big show out upstate New York, and it was freaking dope, man. Let me tell you. So this morning, what I'm gonna be doing is pretty much, I don't have much to do as far as modifications with this car anymore. I pretty much kind of reached the pinnacle of everything except for maybe a standalone ECU or something like that, but maybe later on that can work. But as far as other exterior modification go, the only thing I have left to do is pretty much my taillights. Now my taillights are aftermarket. These are Spec D tuning taillights. They're smoked. And what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be sending it out to my boy Jose. I'm gonna put up a video. Remember, my headlights were done by him, and I'm gonna be sending these out so he can work his magic on that. I already know what he's gonna do. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but he's definitely gonna work his magic. So I'm about to take these out real quick and ship them out. So I'll see you guys in a little. All right, guys. See this piece on the floor right here? That goes over here. You got to start. There's pop clips. There's obviously three pop clips you got to get off, and then you got these small pop clips here. These are located like one over here, one on the inside, over here, and then one up here. You gotta take that off in order to bend this back, and it's pretty much three nuts you got to take off. Mine is just a little bit harder to do because I got all this shit in the way. I got my surge tank over here. I had to unscrew my management system, the whole nine. So, but it's not a big deal. So let me get this out real quick. And don't forget, guys, there's also, see that plastic clip right there? You got to squeeze that because that actually holds down the light over here. Also added, since these are Spec Ds, I don't know if you guys see it. See that resistor right there? That has to come out as well, okay? Because remember, since these are aftermarket LED lights, it takes less current for it to work. So that resistor eats up some of the current in order for it to function properly. Otherwise, it wouldn't function properly. It'll be too much. It'll probably flicker or blink, or you might get an error code, or whatever the case might be. All right? All right, guys, it doesn't take that long. It literally takes about, I would say, a whole 30 seconds to a minute to get the 3 screws out or nuts out, and then pinch that white clip that I showed you inside in order for you to take that out. Actually, the good thing is the white clip actually stayed, so now all I got to do is just slide this jacket into this portion right here. Or when the time comes, all I would have to do is I could actually take this piece out, slip it into that slot first, and then clip it in. Either way. But what I wanted to show you was, don't forget to unplug the harness before you pull and break the wires or whatever the case might be. Guys, if you have stock taillights, it's pretty much the same damn thing. Same thing. You know, just make sure getting it out is the same. Just watch out for the harness. And as I showed you before, my resistor is attached to it. So I'll be sending all of this stuff down there. So let me take out the other side real quick. All right, guys, everything is taken out. It's all packed up. Once I send it, I'm gonna have Jose do some time lapses just like the last video that I did for him. And I'll show you the finished product in a couple weeks. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Take it easy. All right, fam. After a number of weeks, guess what? Got my taillights back. So I just wanted to show you how it comes. Each individual ones, Jose did a really nice job of wrapping it and whatnot. Now, behind the light now, it's a little bit different where you don't have the connector that goes into like the OEM harness, this harness right here, okay? Instead, you have this barrel connector, okay, that says, oh well, it said left on it, okay? This is the one that goes on the left side or driver's side, okay? Now guys, I will tell you this, the harness looks complicated, but it's really not. What he did was he took out the harnesses and pretty much hooked it up to this Blue Glows and next level controller right here for power and app functionality. See, these are the harnesses right here, okay? So all your the resistor and everything like that, he already hooked that up, piggybacked everything. So all you literally got to do is plug and play. So you're hooking this one up here. This is the shorter of the two, okay? This one goes on the passenger side, okay? This one here goes on the driver's side, okay? And that's why obviously pretty long, okay? And then the barrel connectors, they connect to the back of the taillights, left or right. Now I already tested mine out, guys. Just in case you put your left turn signal on and it's not working, try swapping both terminals, because it can easily be interchangeable, okay? So now that's really it, man. That's 100% it. Now the only other thing, the last thing you got to do, that's why I have my spare battery over here, is you have to connect this to a constant source of power and ground. And luckily for me, I have this big setup back here. I've been working on this all day. I have a huge show coming up this weekend. So I have my power right here, and I got my ground over here. So that's where I'll be hooking that up, because obviously you can see how thick these wires are. These are pretty damn thick. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. All right, so guys, everything, once you hook everything up, nothing is gonna work unless you have a constant source of power onto it. Things are a little bit different right now, if you get what I'm saying, okay? Now, for people who don't have a setup like I have, where I have power and ground back there, you can hook up the power and ground. You can tap it into your OEM harness. This OEM harness right here, you just have to test what's a constant source of power and obviously test the ground. And that's it. Alright guys, the install is complete. So in here, ran the wire through, hooked it up, hooked the red up to my positive terminal, black to the negative. I'll neaten that up afterwards, not too worried about that shit. And this is the major part right here. It's hard for me to pull this stuff apart, guys, because of all the framing and stuff that I have done, so it was very tough to work with. But what I did was I stuck the Blue Ghost module over here on the body of the car, use some 3M tape. Now up here, your resistor, make sure that's away from everything else, because once your resistor, see this one up here too, that resistor, if the car is running or the lights, once the lights are working, that resistor is eating up some of the power, so that resistor gets hot. So you don't want that around anything, you know what I'm saying? And that's really it. This stuff is all the barrel connectors are connected. See it running over. This one here is running over to the other side. And guess what? Mine was right. The on the Blue Ghost app, it says like right and left, but when I connected right to right, it was for the left signal. So I just swapped it, and everything works fine. Everything works fine, not a big deal. as I actually mentioned that before. So now all I got to do is pretty much neaten this up, and then we could go through it when it gets a little bit darker. But everything works flawlessly. So I will see you guys soon. All right, fam, we're back late in the evening. This is the part of the video where I just run through the app. If you want to see a more in-depth version of where I go into the app, please refer to the other video that I did for Jose with my headlights. I'll drop that link as well in the description, but definitely check that video out where it goes more in depth into looking at the Blue Ghost app, because that app is phenomenal. Also, there's something that's cool that I wanted to show you. There is like a startup and a shutdown sequence. So let's say I unlock the car. See that? And now let's say I lock the car. Pretty cool, right? So that's dope. Thought you guys might want to see that. That's a really cool startup and shutdown sequence. I love it. But other than that, the install is pretty much plug and play, you know what I mean? As I showed you guys before, the major thing is running this to a constant source of power, because that's what you need to pretty much power like all the lights. Because if you don't run it to power, you can't, nothing would work. See that sequence right there? That's pretty cool. That's that like sleep sequence. All right, guys, so now let's I'm gonna pull a screen recording up so I can at least show you what's going on. So I go into my phone. I have tons of car apps. I'm gonna go into Blue Ghost, and it's gonna start sensing. You're gonna see it down here. Now earlier today when I connected to it, it had all the options, but over here I put 2 on now, but over here had none. And it's easy to add. You just hit the plus sign real quick and just add stuff. That's all you got. That's really all you got to do. Just add another one. Hit the home button, add another one. Kaleidoscope, home button, add another one. Starfall, parade. So, oh, I made a mistake and I knocked out of it, but once it populates, it'll come back to the stuff I already added. And you can see it's going off right now. So if you click on, let's say, new show popcorn, obviously it's going to do what it has to do. Look how beautiful that looks. Pretty sweet, right? Yeah, it looks pretty sick. Now if you click it again, it'll turn off. Cylon. Yeah. That shit is freaking dope, man. So much functionality. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's called Builder. That's actually pretty dope. Where it's building yellow, pretty much yellow blocks or LEDs on the ends. That's pretty cool. Now guys, in here, when you, obviously I'm just breezing through this, but if you hit the settings on whichever show mode you hit, if you hit the settings wheel, there's like speed, and you have this building block over here. You can highlight it, you can check it, uncheck it. When you uncheck it, it starts from the outside moving in. When you check it, it starts from the inside moving outward. Okay, the sequences of the lights. Just, you know, food for thought. Not a big deal, but kaleidoscope. That thing is beautiful, right? Starfall. Yeah, that's sick. That is so sick, man. Man, that shit is hard right there. And as I said, you could speed up, slow everything down. It's beautiful. So as I said, guys, you can add whatever show modes you want. You know what I mean? There's tons. There's actually a lot now with the taillights. I guess the Blue Ghost app must be like super updated, because this is crazy. It's like beautiful, man. There's so much you can do now. It's pretty as heck. Wow. That is dope. Interstellar? That is cool. That is freaking sick. I'm gonna just keep adding. There's so much. Star Power Dream Maker. What the heck is that? Okay. Well, it's almost like Tetris, but like better. But anyway, guys, just wanted to show you that real quick. You have your brightness settings on the colors and whatnot, on whatever you choose. This settings in here, these building block settings, try not to mess with it too much. I actually went into detail in the first video, so again, guys, check that out. But just be aware, don't try not to touch too much of this stuff, otherwise, you know what I mean, you might interfere with settings that you don't want to mess with. You get what I'm saying? So, but yeah, guys, you know what to do. Definitely like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Check out Jose's site, Restored Vision. If you have a question, give him a holla. Oh, that's so dope. Ball lighting? That is sick. That is beautiful. That is so sick. That is so nice. God, I cannot keep watching this. Now, again, see the building blocks? If I uncheck that, what'll happen is it'll bounce back and go back and stay on one side. And when that disappears, then this side comes on. But it never crosses over. Now, if I check those building blocks, watch what happens. And it goes into the other side. That is pretty cool. So it's like almost like a seamless type blend. You know what I mean? But anyway, guys, as I said, definitely like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, just drop them down in the comments. And I'll talk to you guys soon, man.